Hey there, folks. Welcome back to another thrilling episode of The Science of Scares. Today, we're diving into a topic that might make you think twice before taking a dip in the ocean: flesh-eating bacteria. Specifically, we're talking about Vibrio vulnificus, a nasty little critter that's been making headlines in Louisiana and beyond. So, grab your sunscreen and your curiosity, and let's explore this fascinating yet potentially deadly phenomenon. First things first, Vibrio vulnificus is a type of bacteria that loves the salty, warm waters of the Gulf Coast. It's like the beach bunny of the bacterial world, thriving in the perfect conditions provided by the ocean. And it's not just the Gulf; other coastal areas, like Florida, are also seeing an increase in cases. But what makes this bacteria particularly sinister is its deadly nature. Up to 1 in 5 infections can be fatal, which is a much higher rate than other Vibrio bacteria. So, if you thought bacteria were just tiny, harmless creatures, think again. Now, how do we get infected? Well, it's not just about eating raw shellfish, though that's a risk factor too. The more common way is through small breaks in the skin. You see, when you're out in the ocean, even a tiny cut or scrape can provide an entry point for this bacteria. And it's not just beachgoers. Doctors note that severe cases are more common in elderly patients, those with weakened immune systems, and folks with liver disease, diabetes, or certain chronic illnesses. So, if you're planning a beach day, make sure to take extra care of any wounds or cuts you might have. But here's the real mind-blower: climate change is making this bacteria even more of a threat. A 2023 study found that the northernmost case of Vibrio vulnificus has been shifting by about 30 miles each year, and overall cases are rising. That means that areas that weren't previously at risk might now be vulnerable. So, as the climate continues to warm, we might see more and more people affected by this flesh-eating bacteria. Now, what can we do to protect ourselves? Well, it's all about being proactive. If you're heading to the beach, make sure to wash any cuts or scrapes thoroughly with soap and clean running water. If you start to develop symptoms like fever, chills, or hot, red, blistered skin, seek medical attention immediately. And for those of you who love their oysters, remember that there's no way to tell if an oyster is contaminated just by looking at it. So, always cook your shellfish before eating, and wash your hands with soap and water after handling raw seafood. For those with weakened immune systems, consider wearing protective gloves when handling raw shellfish. In conclusion, Vibrio vulnificus is a serious threat that we shouldn't take lightly. But by being aware of the risks, taking simple precautions, and listening to the advice of health officials, we can enjoy the beach without becoming a statistic. So, stay safe out there, folks, and remember, knowledge is power when it comes to staying healthy in the great outdoors. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thrilling adventures in the world of science and health. Until next time, stay curious.